Hi friends, Larry here. Normally you would see me in my motorhome and we would be talking about taking a trip somewhere here in the country. And that's what our channel is mainly about, but I also have other things that I'm involved in my life. And one of them is amateur radio, or what people call ham radio. I got involved in ham radio in 1958. Yes, I know that's a long time ago because I'm an old man. But I have been in amateur radio from that time until now, with the exception of the time that I was going to college and starting my career. My amateur radio call, we all have call letters that are assigned by the Federal Communications Commission, is W3 Oscar Zulu. That is Whiskey 3 Ocean Zanzibar. And as you notice, the S ending in Oz, so that's an appropriate call for me. I am going to show you in a few minutes my ham station. The room that I'm in is fairly small and there's a lot of stuff in here. This used to be a den in our home, and at one time was used as a bedroom by one of our daughters. But since they got married and moved away, I've utilized it as an amateur radio, what we call a ham shack. Pretty small, pretty cramped, a lot of equipment. When I have the door shut and it's in the summertime, it gets pretty hot in here with all the equipment running, but it works pretty good for me. Everything that I need is right here, handy. So anyhow, with that, I'd like to show you my station, and later on show you how it works, and maybe even when I'm on the air talking to some of my friends. So I hope you enjoy this vlog, and we'll be getting back to other travel things later. But I've been requested to put this one out there because a lot of my friends follow my vlog and about travel, but they want to know what I'm doing about my amateur radio. So I'm kind of just doing that for them. So thank you for viewing so far, and here goes a tour of my station. Okay, I want to show you some of the equipment in my ham shack. If you look down here, that's a power supply, and it converts the household power, which is 110, 120 volts, to 12 volts, so that I can run other amateur radio equipment here in my shack. Just above that is a stereo receiver amplifier for playing music and other things off of the internet, and my audio here if I want to play it through my speakers, which you see over there in the corner, which are Bose 901s. Above that, two little speakers that I can use for my radios, and just right there, if you can see it real well, it's called a Behringer Shark DSP 110. It's a preamplifier from the microphone that I use goes into that, and then from there it goes into my rack, and the audio is processed with that device. The radio you see right here is an Elecraft K3 transceiver that I purchased in a kit form and put it together myself. It wasn't like I had to go and solder anything or anything like that. It was pretty much just boards that you plug into other boards, and it worked very well. And I love the little radio. The radio above it, I don't have it on right now, but I will turn it on. It's an ICOM IC756 Pro 3, and you see it kind of going through its warm-up cycle here. And there it is. It's not online right now, but I can use this radio too. I've had it for quite a few years, and it's been a very reliable, good radio. And I try to bring it on the air at least once a month just to keep it working. I don't intend to get rid of it. Above that is a what it's called is an Ultralink Pro, and it is really a mixer. I can bring the various devices into the shack, different microphones if I like, whatever, and mix them on the sound that I get up from those onto my my audio output. Above that is a UltraCurve Pro, and it is a processor. It has an EQ and all kinds of processing facilities to tailor the audio that I put out over the air to sound like I want it to sound. And you can put several programs in there. I'm not going to get real detailed and technical on it, but it pretty much just think of it as a massive big equalizer. Above that you see the Elecraft P3, which is a display of the frequency. And above that is just a larger version on a big screen, so it's easier for me to see. Above that we have other various processing devices like a Virtualizer Pro, which is an FX type machine to put a little bit of reverb or whatever, little echo or whatever you'd like to have on your signal. Above that is our other various processing boxes that I use to tailor the audio so that it sounds the way I'd like to have it sound. Again, I'm not going to get into real details what it is. If my ham friends, they know what those things are, and they probably use them themselves. I just want to show you what I have in the shack. Okay, over here, it's kind of hard to see, but I have an amplifier, an Ameritron AL1500, and above that I have the Alpha 86 amplifier. Of course I don't use them both at the same time, but I use the Alpha most of the time these days. It's my newest one. I bought it from a friend. Above that is some various internet connection devices, and above that is a 2-meter setup with a power supply that I use for local 2-meter communications. Okay, that brings us over to the front end of this system. That's the microphone. It's an RE20 microphone with a spittle device on the front. And over here, just a small mill Elenco power supply that I run various devices like. The one right beside it, which is a PowerMaster by Array Solutions, PowerMaster SWR bridge. Then I have a switch here that goes outside to a remote antenna switch. Right now all I've got out is a 20-meter monobander, oops, I'm trying to get this so it's kind of focused here, a 205 CA 5-element, and then I also have available a sloper that I can multi-band sloper that I can bring on. And then the rotor, Yaesu G800DXA, that I can turn my beam outside with, and it seems to work real well. And of course everything here in the shack starts off with the computer. I'm trying to get this somewhat focused here for you. Boy. Not the greatest photographer in the world, as you can probably tell. I'm not making it better, I'm making it worse. Anyhow, it's a ham radio deluxe, and I can control the radio, all functions in the ham shack with this software. For instance, I'll change the frequency here. You can see the frequency is changing. And if you go over here to the radio, sure enough, you can see that the radio frequency is the same as it is up here, over here on the Ham Radio Deluxe. This section here is the controls the rotator, and I can point to any part of the world and the beam will go to that section of the world, or I can put a call sign in here and it'll find out what country that is and point the beam to it for me automatically. The bottom part is for my logbook. Keep track of the hams that I work. And I don't log everybody, I just log new contacts or new countries, that kind of a thing. Hope you can see how it all starts with the computer. This is a main computer that I use in the ham shack to run the amateur radio equipment. And most of the time when I'm on the internet. But I do have other computers here. Here's a computer that I use for my weather station, and I'm trying to get it in focus here, so you kind of see how it is. We've had a little bit of wind today, almost 10 miles per hour. Not much rain, 0.01 inches of rain today. Been a pretty nice day. You notice down here there are a bunch of other computers. We're in the shack right now. We've got 6 different computers counting the laptop, and several monitors. And this wall, we've got various amateur radio awards that I've received. Of course, one I'm most proud of is being the RLDX CC #1 on the honor roll for working the DX or DX's long distance stations. Several other plaques and awards. On this wall I have just pictures of families and friends and awards and things I've got in my profession. A plaque signed by the governor and retirement awards from where I worked as a data center manager for the Washington State Patrol and the Department of Corrections. And then you've got my gaming console. That's an Xbox One with a 46-inch monitor in here to play various games. I'm probably one of the world's oldest gamers, but I've been doing it for a long time and I still enjoy it. So anyhow, sorry for the crummy photography, but trying to do it here with the cameras that I have in this small shack is not that easy. So I hope you get a flavor at least of what my amateur radio shack is like as I'm panning around here in a small room. A lot of fun, a lot of enjoyable times talking to my friends all over the world, and like I say, I've been doing it for a long time. So thank you, friends, for visiting, and I hope to get a flavor of what it is like to be a ham radio operator.
Hello, Larry. This is Marty, KA7GKN in Glendale, Arizona. A city or a suburb, if you will, northwest of Phoenix Metro on Thursday, April 6th, 2017, where it is 90 degrees, beautiful blue skies, and sunny.
Well, that's a rundown. And you're coming through fine, Marty. You're 15 over right now on the Pro 3. And I do have the monitor shut off, so I hope I'm not talking too loudly. I'm trying not to talk too loudly because when I don't have my headphones on, I have a tendency to shout. So anyhow, I thought I'd give this a try, see what it's like. Now, be advised that I'm using my Nikon, and the lens I have is way too long for recording in my ham shack. So if I post this, it may be a little bit out of focus, but the other camera that I have has a fisheye lens on it, and it makes everything kind of round and distorted. So I'm trying to do the best I can with the equipment I have.
Well, what you need to do is consult your P&H catalog for the appropriate lens. That would be the easy way, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would, but if I had your kind of money, I would be able to afford it. But being a poor person, I can't afford to just put out $300 or $400 for another lens.
Oh, yeah. I just got a letter in the mail here. One of my 401ks went up $42, so I'm rolling in dough.
Well, put that along with our Social Security increase we got, and boy, we got all kinds of money. We should go out and buy a new radio or something. Oh man. Well, I've been working and doing a few odd things around the house today, getting some things done. Kind of a sad day for Jackie and I. She cleaned out one of the closets we have, as I was complaining about. We had too many clothes hanging on in the hall there, and in the bottom of the closet was a lot of the toys that our girls used, and then their kids used, and then their kids used over the years. They're pretty popular little toys, but they don't come around much anymore, and they're all grown up. So we took them to charity, and I was thinking about buying some new coats, but in going through that closet, I found all kinds of coats that I'd forgotten that I even had. I was going to buy more of a summer type coat because my normal NASA coat is pretty heavy to wear around in the summertime, and I found several of them there, so I could scratch the idea of buying a new coat, which was a good thing. But it was sad for Jackie as well, because when cleaning out that room, which was her hobby room, she got rid of a lot of the things that she used in the hobby. It was kind of hard for her to get rid of them. Probably $400 or $500 worth of crafting how-to books. So they're all gone now, and I've told her it's not the end of your crafting. You would still do crafting. Just start over again. That's the thing to do. K7 GKN and Glendale, Arizona, Whiskey 3 Oscar Zulu near Seattle.
Yeah, gosh, you're almost 30 over right now, and I'm looking at you, and you can lower your speech volume just a little bit. And hopefully you went through the toys to make sure that the folks at Antiques Roadshow are not going to yell at you for that $400,000 Tonka toy that you gave to charity.
Well, I did go through them a little bit, but I'm sure that they were just little plastic things, and I'm sure they're not worth it very much, but they were worth a lot to us because of the fact that our kids did enjoy them. And even when they came here, they would run to the closet where they knew where they were and scatter them all over the house and play with them, and they may even want them to take them home. We wish now we actually had them take them home, but we kept them here because all the kids seem to like them, all the little ones. But now all the little ones are in their 20s and they don't care anymore. And their kids don't live close, so most of them don't. So no use keeping them around, just taking up a lot of room. But boy, the closet is nice and straight and in good shape. And I did a lot of other things too here in the shack, just little things. But the weather was so bad this morning I couldn't work outside, and my back is still hurting, so I'm just taking it easy. K7 GKN Whiskey 3 Oscar Zulu.
Oh, yeah. Well, where was it? Hot Wheels. This guy had a Hot Wheels. It looked like a VW bus with two surfboards hanging out of it. And his father worked for, I guess it was Mattel that made the Hot Wheels. And back in the 1950s, they made these prototypes. And unfortunately, this little red Volkswagen bus with the surfboards in the back just would not play well with the Hot Wheels in that particular design because it was top heavy. So I gave it to his kid, who was a child at the time, and said, put this away. It's going to be worth a lot of money someday, and gave him a business card. So he put the toy away in a box with the business card and put it away and never played with it. And the other night, he pulled it out and showed it to this guy on Antique Roadshow, and he was going orgasmic. He said there's maybe 40 of these in the world, and the most popular color was pink. Yours is red. It's in premium mint condition. You have the business card and a story behind it, and he gave it a value of between $150,000 and $200,000.
Oh boy, I should be so lucky. I've told you the story before about we had a vase here. There was supposedly an ancient vase that had been